I'll be starting now. So thank you again for joining. Just for those as a small introduction, my name is Nagham Abdul Baki. I'm an educational technology specialist and a Google innovator and trainer here in Kuwait. And I'm also GEG Lebanon leader, which was recently, we launched GEG Lebanon, and I'll be talking a little bit about GEGs before we start with the Google tips. I'm also, if you want, I would like to provide with more information about my social media. To connect with me, I'll be sharing all the information at the end of the session. So since it's our first, let's say, formal session for GEG Lebanon, we've did before some sessions with other GEG members, and I'll be talking, as I said, more about GEG at the beginning. This is why I want to introduce people, what does GEG mean and what is GEG Lebanon, and especially for those educators and teachers that are joining us from Lebanon. So whether you're a teacher in Lebanon, or you're a Lebanese teacher outside, or any teacher from any country you're joining us, I'll be starting first just a small introduction about GEGs, and then I'll be sharing with you the tips and the tricks. As the session says, we'll cover some Gmail tips, some Google Chrome tips, Google Drive tips. So this is just to make sure your work is smoother. And inshallah, in other sessions, we'll be sharing, we will be having more sessions on educational part. So today is more like for you to organize your work on Google. And please feel free at any time. You can use the raise hand feature if you want to add something, if you want to comment on a trip, if you want to share the tips. And this is why I add the part for sharing tips and ideas at the end. If you want to share any tip for any Google tool, it doesn't have to be Gmail or Chrome or Drive, because we need a lot of sessions for tips, but I chose the most, like the 3 tools that we use on a regular basis. And if you want any question, you can definitely either type it in the chat. I'll try to follow. And we have some amazing Google people here and other GEG leaders that can help you also answer questions if you have any question. Let's start first of all about the GEG, just a small introduction. So GEG stands for Google Educator Group, and GEGs are independently run by a group of educators under the name of Google for Education, but it's independently run. So to make it simple, a group of educators meet together, and they all have one, let's say, one goal is to inspire and empower other educators in using technology in their classroom. So if you're a tech enthusiast or tech savvy person and you love sharing in a community, GEG is a very nice community to meet in order to share ideas. So you can find GEGs everywhere. So we have here some GEG leaders. We have Lubna, GEG Kuwait, Muhammad, GEG Saudi Arabia now, Muhammad, right? Previously GEG Riyadh, and we have GEG Malawi, Melissa. I'm not sure if Lubna, is Isra with us or not yet? No. Okay. So GEG, you can find GEG Kuwait, GEG Malawi. It depends on the country. Usually there's meetings between the members of the GEG in order to share ideas with other educators, whether it's within the GEG members or, as I'm doing today, sharing with other educators some tips, collaboration between members on projects, and definitely supporting each other. Some meetings for GEGs are in person and some meetings for GEGs are online, but it's always with the same goal, is to support other teachers in order to use technology in their classroom. And the reason I was thinking of GEG Lebanon for all of our teachers that are joining from Lebanon today is I want to do my best to support educators in Lebanon. I know that we are all here to support each other. Unfortunately, I'm not currently in Lebanon. I'm away from my home country, but I'm trying to do my best in order to support educators in Lebanon and everywhere in any way possible. And this is what sparked me to start GEG Lebanon. And I'm also a member with Lubna in GEG Kuwait. So I'm considered both Lebanon and Kuwait at the same time. If you have more questions about GEG, please feel free. You can ask in the chat, and we have our amazing people here to answer you. And anything, you can contact me later via email or Instagram if you want to know more about GEG. And stay tuned on GEG Lebanon Instagram page, because I'll be sharing more information in case you want to join the GEG Lebanon to collaborate on projects or any session. I'll be sharing also information. This is for now about GEG. So let's now dig into the main reason we're here today, is to share some nice tips that I find very helpful when using Google tools. Let's start. The first one I'm going to start with is some tips of Gmail. Of course, if I want to share tips of Gmail that saves us time and organize our work, I need, as I said, a lot of sessions. But I'll be sharing some of the main tips that, for me, it saved me a lot of work. I'll just stop sharing my screen a little bit, or I can continue here. You'll be all seeing my inbox today. So this is my Gmail, and just as any educator or edtech person, I have a lot of emails from companies, from subscriptions. So as you can see my email, right? Just please, can you confirm? I just want, yes. Okay, thank you. So here I have a lot of emails from different companies. Since I mentioned this, I'm going to start with the first tip, because it was released recently in Gmail. And if you can't see it, they are rolling out for every single person. In case you can't see it, you will get it soon. We all have those edtech subscriptions. We all use Kahoot and Edpuzzle and Kami, and they keep on sending us emails every once in a while. And sometimes you feel like, I don't want to receive any more emails from this tool, or I'm receiving it on 2 emails, let's say. Recently, there was one feature in Gmail that's released, as you can see here, that's called Manage Subscriptions. Before, we used to go to the email itself and manage the subscription if I want to stop receiving a newsletter or an email. Now, if I go here to Manage Subscriptions, you can control all of your subscriptions in one place. So let's say I don't want to receive any more email from LinkedIn. I can just here, while I have LinkedIn, I can select this one and it will say unsubscribe. But you have 2 options. It either unsubscribe directly from Gmail, so it will say you're unsubscribed, or sometimes it will send you to the website of the tool, and there you have to click unsubscribe. So in both cases, you will be able to unsubscribe from those emails that you receive regularly, and you will stop receiving them in your inbox. If you look, you'll find I have tens of subscriptions. So you can just go have a look of all the emails that you don't want to receive anymore, and you can unsubscribe from these tools. Again, if you can see this feature, you'll be able to see it. I'm not sure if they rolled it out to all Google users, but it was added recently in order to control subscriptions. So this is the first tip for controlling the subscriptions in your Gmail. I have another one, which I used yesterday, and I did the mistake of September 4th, is what if you need to send an email, or you just remembered, I need to send an email. What if I forget tomorrow morning? You can schedule emails in Gmail. So I'm going to create an email, right? I'll go to Compose right now. And then here, I want to write an email, but I can't send it right now. So once you type the email, you can prepare who do you want to send it to, and then the subject. So I'm going to add, now I'm going to use GEG Malawi's email. Mel, you will receive the email. Hello. So let's say I just typed an email here. I have the email. And then whenever I go, instead of clicking send, I'll just type anything. It's going to be empty. I'll go to this drop-down arrow, and then I select schedule send. You can choose the time. It will give you options here, but you can still pick a date and time. So I want it to be sent, let's say tomorrow at a specific time. I want it at 8:16 p.m. and then schedule send. Now you don't have to worry if I can send the email tomorrow. Will I forget or will I remember? It's there. And you can still edit it. What if you scheduled it and then, oh, there's changes. I need to change something in the email before it goes. You will see it here. As you can see, there's scheduled here. So scheduling, you just click on it and you go to the email, and then you can edit this email before sending it again. Melissa, it's my favorite too, because Mel, why did because I read your name. Usually we say Mel and I wrote Melissa. It saves me a lot of time, because usually I'm in the morning in a hurry to go to school. And sometimes I'm late, I admit that. So they need something like at 7 a.m. This is why at night, I just gather all the emails. I use the schedule email feature, and they all receive it by 7 a.m. as if I'm there and everything is ready for them, even though sometimes I'm on my way to school. So it saves me a lot of time, especially when you think of an email suddenly, oh, I forgot to send this. I might forget later on. Let me prepare it. So schedule sending is a very nice feature that saves you time. Now, since we're talking about sending emails and on time, what if you send an email? Yes, sure.
Can you show us how can we edit the email if it was scheduled?
Yes. Here, as you can see, when you click on it, this one, the one I scheduled, you can see that I can cancel the send. So I clicked on it in schedule. I can cancel the send here, edit it, because it's going to be a draft here. So it's a draft now because it's not sent. I go back to the draft, and then I edit whatever I need, and then I schedule it again. So in other words, to summarize it, if you want to edit a scheduled one, you have to go to the scheduled section, cancel sending. It will be saved in your drafts. And then from your draft, you can do any editing you want or delete it. And then if you need to send it again, not delete it, you can schedule it again or send it on the spot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is when it comes to scheduling. What if sometimes you want to send an email and you have a typing mistake? I don't know why all my examples work on my previous email, but you noticed the typing mistake on the spot, or you sent it to the wrong person and you just wish you have a button to get it back. Well, it's possible with Gmail, but within a limited time. You can undo sending an email within a limited time. How do you control this, or how do you set it in your inbox? If I go to my settings, so I need to go to my settings here. This is the settings of my Gmail. And then I go to see all settings. Under General tab, if you scroll down here, you can see the feature undo send. And then what's the cancellation period? For me, it's always 30 seconds. I wish they give us more in order to note if there's a mistake. Usually, I think by default, it's 5 by default. I'm not sure, but you can choose any time you want. For me, of course, 30 is the best. So it's 30 seconds. Set it there, and then just go down and click on save, because if you save it, I don't have changes because it was 30. And then let me show you how it works. So again, this is under settings, and then in general, I'm going to send an email now, and I'll show you how we can unsend this email only within the time limit. So Mel again, Geg Malawi. I typed the email, and then I clicked on send. You will notice here, look, it says message sent, and there's view message and then undo. Don't click on view message, because if you view the message, you can't unsend it again. So if you remember, this message will show only for 30 seconds. That's it. We can't have more than 30 seconds. If you notice, oh, I sent it to the wrong person, or there's a mistake, you just click on undo. It will undo sending the message, and notice that it's changed to a draft. Now it's a draft here. It's back to a draft. So I can do any changes or change the to section. So do the changes and then send it again. Again, it will only appear for 30 seconds. If you choose 5 seconds, it will only appear for 5 seconds. If you close the window, you can't get it back. So on the spot, while sending the email, after sending the email, you will see this message in the bottom, and then you can undo send an email from Gmail. Any questions so far before we continue with the tips? Okay, good. So let's move to another tip, which is also for saving time. Again, you will see that all of these tips, either it will save you from any trouble, or it will save you time. So there's another feature that can save you time is, what if you send a lot of emails that are similar? Let's say if you are a lead teacher, or if you're a coordinator, and you always send your meeting minutes, or what if you always send parents emails or admin with the same content? You don't have to type every single time the same email, or you don't have to go to your send email and then copy and paste the text. You can do that with a feature called templates in Gmail. So you can save an email that you send regularly as a template. You have it there. Every time you need to send an email, you just go, select the template that you need, and click on send. It will be there. How to use the template feature? Again, go to a compose. To compose, I'm going to send an email, and then prepare the email. Let's prepare the email. Let me just remove this. So here I'm going to prepare the email. I'll just write now, this is a template. And let's say the subject is meeting notes, for example. So I'm going to say also for now, template. And then it's ready. You can type here everything you need for the email, everything. You can even add placeholders. Let's say if I want to change something every time I say add name here, to remember that I need to add the name. If every time I'm sending it to a separate person, you go to the 3 dots here under more options. While you're opening the email, you can see templates. As you can see, I have 2 templates, but now I need to save it as a new template. It says save draft as template. And then I need to select new. So save draft as template and save as a new template. It will tell you what's the name. So do you want to call it meeting notes, template? It depends. I'm just going to keep it template now. Click on save. And now it's there in your templates. I'll delete this to show you how to get it. So now I need to send the meeting notes. I don't want to type everything again. So I'll go to compose. And the same steps, I go to the 3 dots here. And then I go to templates, and you can see that the template is there. Just click on it, and it will type everything that you added, because I only added 1 sentence. You put your recipients, and then you can send the email. So as you can see, it's very easy to save you time than typing every single time the same email. You just use the template feature, and it will be sent to all within seconds, rather than spending time on typing. Give me a minute, please. Okay. Is there anyone that want to share anything for all the tips? Like if you need to try. Okay, I have a question. Yes, Noura.
هاي نغم.
Hello, how are you, Noura?
نغم زميلة الجامعة وبفتخر فيكي كتير
حبيبتي شكرا. Thank you. Thank you, Noura. Best to translate for those who don't speak Arabic.
Okay.
Noura is my friend
Okay,
since
my
university.
name is Noura. I'm a
yes,
teacher
you can introduce.
in Lebanon. Nagam, she's my colleague and a close friend since the university. And I'm heading her way also. I'm second year master's education and technology in Lebanese university. So I'm on that way also. But I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
You mentioned that whenever I save it as a template, and whenever I want to resend it, whenever I need to, let's say I want to input the emails of the participant or the people who are going to receive these emails.
Yes.
I need to change in these brackets the email. By default, it's like enter name. Do I need to enter the names of these?
Yes, let me tell you why I did this placeholder. This is if you want to edit the template. So for you're lagging a little bit, Noura. Sorry, I couldn't hear you again.
Okay, you mentioned in the brackets enter name. Okay.
Yes.
And I want to send this template of email to many recipients. Okay, at the same time. This in the brackets, it is automatically replaced by Gmail, or I have to send it one by one?
Yes, you have to, not one by one, but you have to enter who are you sending it to. So when I go to compose, let me tell you why I did this placeholder. It's not for
Okay.
who are you sending it to. So I'm going to go to the template now. If I go and choose the template, I still need to put here too. I'm sending it to Noura. I'm sending it to GEG Malawi. I still need to enter. But this
Okay.
one, the concept of placeholders, we use it in email. Let's say if your email says, dear colleagues, here are the meeting notes of September 24th, let's say. But one time it's September 24th, one time is October 31st. So you use a placeholder to edit the text, but these placeholders has nothing to do with who you are sending to. If you are
Okay.
Yes, if you are always sending to the same group of people, this is where you have to create a group in context. This is something like not in Gmail. So
Particular
yeah,
kind of like colleagues or mates or teammate or these things. Okay. In general names. Okay.
yes,
Okay.
exactly. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, okay. So as you can see, all of these tips so far, it's all there to save you time. Like most of them are just for to save time. What if you received an email and it's very important? And I'm sure most of you, you're familiar with this tip. I can't without this with this tip. You can star important emails. So what if you have an email with a meeting, you received a certification, you need to start even your ticket if you're traveling, any email that you need quick access to rather than typing and searching for it, just add it to your starred folder or the starred category in Gmail, which is here. So I'm going to go to my inbox. And let's say, for example, this email from Wakelet, it's very important. I need to access it later. I just click on this star icon and it is added to my start category in Gmail. Or you can start it within the email. So if I go within this email, let's say, and you can, let me choose another one that I didn't start. If I'm here reading the email, you can click on this one. No, not click on this one. Wait, you can here check the start and you can add it to start. So the email will be in the start folder. Let's call it a folder in your Gmail. To access it, so for example, if you have a meeting link for a webinar, you don't need to look. You just go to your start folder here or start category or tab, and you can see that it is start here. You want to unstart it. I'm done with the webinar. I don't need it anymore. You just click again and it will not be anymore in your start category or folder. So this is also an easy way in order to have quick access for those important emails that you need. But I'll just give you a tip. Try by the end of the academic year to clean up those starred emails, because sometimes you have an email that you don't need. Sometimes there's an email that you need across all years. Let's say if it's, for example, a handbook from the school that I need to refer to, you can just keep it there. But anything with links or temporary emails, you can just unstart it from the start folder by the end of the year. Like just do a clean up at the end of the academic year. There's more and more tips. I'll be sharing one more tip, but trust me, there's more. Like right now, while I'm presenting, I think, oh, I didn't plan for this tip. We need a session only for Gmail, but I'm trying to share with you the most useful or helpful one. There's one more thing I'm going to share with you, which organize my work because I receive a lot of emails, are labels. As you can see here, you have a lot of labels. I have labels if I receive from Google for Education. I even have nested labels like from Kahoot, Shake Up Learning. So whenever I receive an email from some of these people, for example, yes, Mel, I have to. If you see my school email, oh, it's full of labels, all my names. So it's very helpful. For me, whenever I need to look for an email, let's say from Google for Education, I just click on Google for Education. I can find it here. But how can I add an email to this label? It's very easy. I have my labels ready here, so you can create a label. If I go to plus here, just give a label. So I'm gonna call it now new label. Let's say create, and you will see that the label will be added here. It will be added to your labels. This is an extra tip. If you want, because I love colors. If you want, you can color the label, but you don't have to. So you go to the 3 dots in the new label. This is like an extra feature. It's not very important. And you can say, I want the label green, for example, for this one. So it's there as a label. How can I put an email from someone in this label? So you can move it. So if I select this one, let's say, I can say here under the 3 dots, label as, and then select the label that you want. So again, I select the email. I want this in this label. For example, in the new label, I can select the email that I want to move to the label. I go to more, label as, and then you can see, oh, this is my new label. I'll put it in my new label, apply. So look how it gives a label, a green one here. And at the same time, for quick access, I can go to new label and I will see that the email is there. So if you receive emails from your principal, let's say, you can have a label for your principal and you can add all the emails there. Since we're talking about labels, Mel, you shared a nice YouTube video last time. You had a small session for a tip for how to automatically label emails, which save more time. Why would I select every single time this person and label it? Why doesn't it go automatically to labels? So I'm gonna give you now the stage to share your screen and show everyone how to do it automatically.
Okay, thank you, Naham. It's like 5 million different tips from so many different people. So I'm going to write my email in the chat, and I would love it if anyone here, if it's possible, if you could just send me an email. Okay, and then I'm going to share my screen with the email. Hopefully it will work. Yes, we will see what happens. But yes, just send me an email. It can be about anything. You can just say hello. That is also fine. Anything is fine. But yes, I guess I should introduce myself vaguely while we are waiting for the emails to come in. So my name is, well, most people call me Mel, but I'm joining from my work account. So it says Melissa Aveling. So yes, I am a teacher in Malawi. I'm Australian. But yeah, I'm over here at the moment, and I like ed tech as well, as you can see, since I'm here with Naham. But yes, so I'll just wait for some emails to come in from any of you, and then I can quickly demo for you how this is going to work. It's very easy once I have an email inside. Yes. Hopefully I typed the right email. That would be embarrassing. No, yes, it is ggmalawi@gmail.com. So that is handy. But yes.
I sent you an email. No.
You did? Okay. I'm so glad that you sent me an email. I don't feel, oh, look at this. Look at these amazing people emailing me. I'm very excited. You'll also notice, look at my amazing labels here on the left.
Oh, you have GEG Lebanon.
Yes, GEG Lebanon there. Hopefully that's a Lebanon flag. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to say that all these amazing people here are all about GEG Lebanon. So whenever I get an email from these amazing people, I want it to be labeled as GEG Lebanon. And I don't want to have to manually select each time and drag it or select a label. So I've also got Nura. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for being super enthused about sending emails to me. So once I've selected the emails that I want to go to that particular label, I click the 3 dots. And then I go to, I'm going to also get and then I'm going to say filter messages like these. So I'm going to say if I get any emails from these people, I want to create a filter. So I'm going to do that now, create filter. And I'm going to decide what I want to do with it. So for me, the major one here is apply the label. What label would I like to apply? The amazing GEG Lebanon label, of course. And I'd like to apply it to these 6 matching conversations that I just got. And I'm going to say, create filter. And let's see how this goes. Let's give it a moment. Ooh, you see that? They all have GEG Lebanon on them now. And if I go to my GEG Lebanon label, look, you're all there as well. So it's super easy. You just select the emails from the people that you would like to be labeled in that in that particular label, and then you can create a filter. So yeah, is that okay? Are there any questions about that? Oh, I can stop.
Thank you, Mel. That was amazing. You have an amazing team in GEG Lebanon right now. We have Noura, Bara'a. I think there's a name. I know this is not the name. Lubna, myself, Muhammad. So I think this is Lean, right? Is that you, Lean? The third email on the screen?
Palace of Modern Culture School.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So this is, in this way, even if you right now, you send an email again to Mel on GEG Malawi, it will automatically create a filter. Like you don't have to do these steps every single time. Just send another time and on her inbox, it will be labeled and it will go to this label or folder within her inbox. So you can check them easily. In this way, you organize your emails from students, from parents, for example, from edtech companies. It depends on how do you want to organize your labels. So these are the tips, some of the tips for Gmail that I think can save you a lot of time whenever you're using Gmail, whether you're using in school or your personal Gmail. Is there anyone who would like to share anything about Gmail? Did you feel like there's something I would love others to know about in Gmail? Please feel free. I know I put it at the end, share tips and ideas, but you can share at any time. Yes, Noura.
Hello again.
Hello.
It's very annoying sometimes whenever you need to delete emails. You delete one by one, one by one. You
Yes.
select and go to the bin, select and go to the bin. So it's like it's a magic thing, magical whenever you can delete them in bulk and get rid of them, all of these ads, let's say, or whatever you don't need them anymore. So that's the thing. It's like very nice.
From the label, you mean?
Yeah, you can, and from your inbox.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes.
100 emails immediately.
So you
in
can
one.
from the same one from in bulk. You mean? I wish I can do this to all emails. I have 1,000. How many emails do I have? I was sharing my screen, 1,600 plus. Thank you, Noura, for sharing that. Yes, Lubna.
Hi, Naham and everyone. Okay, so I would
Lubna, I
like
want
to
you
share.
to introduce yourself, please,
Oh, okay.
because with all the
Naham,
amazing things you
I'm
do in
super
Google.
sleepy right now. Okay.
I
Hello,
know, I know.
everyone. This is Lubna, a GEG Kuwait leader, and I'm also a Google champion, meaning that I'm a Google certified trainer and innovator. And I'm so happy to be here with you, especially attending Naham's session. And it is like whenever she presents a session, it is always one of my favorite sessions because we always work together as well. Since Naham is here, I'm lucky to have her part of GEG Kuwait. And everyone in Lebanon is super lucky to have her as GEG Lebanon leader. So, okay. So I would like to share a Gmail tip as well, something that I always do. And because starring emails doesn't usually work for me because, as Naham said, like we have hundreds of emails that are super important all the time. So I keep on starring the emails, but I find that the list is ongoing and it never ends. So I keep on like moving from one page to another. So whenever someone assigns a certain task to me, and I would like to remind myself of it because I always forget. That is a problem that I have. So I add the email to Google Tasks. So there's that icon, if Naham can show us.
Yes,
If you
let
can
me share my
select,
screen.
yeah, if you can select one of the emails, for example, okay, and then you can add it to tasks. So a sidebar will open with Google Tasks once Naham right now
A minute.
shares
Yeah, I'm
the
trying.
screen. Yeah.
I have a lot of windows, so I'm trying to select the right window to share my screen. Okay, this is an email.
Okay, perfect.
So tell me, and I'll do it step by
sure.
step.
So just select any of the emails that you have.
Yes, just let me go from Google Meet. Okay, let's say I'll select this one.
Okay, and we'll all assume that like that email is really important and someone assigned something for you to do.
It's my name. It's very important.
Okay, so click on the three-dot menu.
Which three dot? Yes, just
Up
I'm
there
moving
next
my,
to the
my
next
Meet
to the icons.
because I have my Meet window on
Yeah,
the side.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, add to tasks. Perfect. So Google Tasks is going to show on a sidebar. So the best part about this is that you do not just save it to tasks, you can even like set a reminder. And that is what I always do. Yes, exactly. So you can set a reminder and you'll be notified that there's a task that you need to work on. And the best part is that even Google Tasks appear on your calendar along with the rest of the events that you have. Okay, so that is something that I always do, like because I always forget what I need to do. So this saves me.
I love Google Tasks. I'm a fan of
So
Google Tasks and Google Keep. And I know that it's something, let me just go back
exactly.
to I just want to show them that the tasks here, sorry, you were saying something, Lubna.
Yeah,
Just
no
in
worries.
case you can
You
still
can,
access
yeah.
the tasks from here. Like if I click on tasks, you can still see it here. Go
Mhm.
ahead, you were saying something.
No, I was going to tell you go to calendar so that we show them
Okay.
like how they are there. So you guys will see all of your calendars on that left sidebar. Okay, so now I'm scroll down, go to your calendars on the left sidebar, scroll down. They will find tasks. Can you
Yes, here.
just uncheck it so that they can see like,
How would this
can you see
disappear?
that? That is the task that Nagam just added. If you can just uncheck the box, it will just disappear. And then if you check it back, it will appear. So all of your tasks are going to be appearing on the calendar as well. So that is like a good tip that is going to save everyone who usually forget, just like me. Thank you.
We all forget. Thank you so much, Lubnan. Thank you for sharing. I totally forget that I can see it in my calendar. Usually, if I want to go to tasks, I go here and see it on tasks, but it's in calendar, it's more organized because you can see it on the specific day. So, but I keep on postponing tasks. I think we all do that. Like it's due tomorrow, then I move it after tomorrow and so on. I'm like, I need to finish it. This is this is so good. Thank you, Lubna, again for sharing it. Anyone would love to add anything to Gmail right now, or if you think of something, you can add it later before I move to Google Chrome. Okay, great. So let's move now to Google Chrome, which I think we all use Google Chrome, whether for work, for personal things. I just need to search for something. I go to Google Chrome. Again, there's a lot of tips for Google Chrome. I even have a YouTube video about just Google Chrome tips and tricks, but I try to find the best that works for teachers and that can organize it, especially if you have to prepare a lot of tabs ready, as I was doing today, and you're lost between all the tabs, for example, or you want to use something like an extra feature in Google Chrome. So I'm going to show you some tips that will keep your Chrome organized and that you can use, so it makes you use Google Chrome in a more effective way. First of all, as you can see the first feature that I have it here. Sometimes there's a website that you always need to use every single time, like your email, for example. I want to open Chrome and I want to see my email on the spot. I don't want to close it by mistake. Let's say, well, I'm closing a lot of tabs. I don't want to close the email, or I don't want to close my drive, or whatever, like a website that's important, maybe the LMS for your school or a certain important. There's a feature in Google Chrome, a very simple feature where you can pin a tab in your Chrome. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this feature. So if I want, for example, Google Calendar, this is just a normal tab. I don't want to close it from here by mistake while I'm closing or opening tabs. I just right click on this tab. And whenever I select pin, it's pinned into my Google Chrome. It means I can't close it. I won't be able to close it by mistake. I can change its location definitely. So right now I have, for example, four pinned tabs here in Google Chrome. If you don't need it anymore, you just do the same steps. You right click on it and you just select unpin. So in this case, you have two reasons for this pin. For quick access, I can just find my email here, and I always have my email as the first pin in my Google Chrome. And the second thing, I won't close it by mistake. So for example, now my Google Meet is pinned so that I don't close it by mistake. Anything that you always need to appear on your Chrome, just make sure that you pin it to your Google Chrome and it's there. This is the first tip for Chrome. I have another one that I find it helpful. I got used to it. Some say, to be honest, that no, I think I have to do it the other way around. What if you want to create a new slides, Google Slides, or you want to create a new doc, or create a new form or sheets? Some people, what they do is they either go to their Drive and they create a new Google Doc, for example, or they go to their to the menu here. So if I go to my Google, I go to my menu that's here, and then I select, for example, a new Google Docs. They all work. For me, personally, I love the feature of using this Omnibox in Google Chrome to create such things. So that usually we think that here is only for searching Gmail, sorry, for searching in Google Chrome or searching Google. But if I type create doc, I get this feature, which creates a Google Doc on the spot. So I click on doc and it creates a doc in my Drive. I feel this is more helpful than going, for example, to the menu or going to my Drive. And it works for all Google apps. So if I say create sheets, it will tell you to create a Google Sheet. If I say create form, it will create a form. So for me, this is very easy. I got used to it. So if you say, can you type the meeting notes? I won't go to my Drive and open a new Google Doc. I just go to my Google Chrome and I say create. You can also create a presentation, which will give you a Google Slides. Create presentation, and look, it will give you Google Slides. So this is I'm trying to read. Yes, well, yeah. A lot of people are not aware of this feature. And when I read it one time, I think on Instagram, I'm like, what? Let me try it. And it was amazing. And again, some people find it that, no, why do I need to type? For me, it's very easy. Rather than going to the apps or going to the Drive, I just create it from scratch here, and it's saved in your Drive on the main page of your Drive. Then you can organize it in any folder there. So this is another tip that saves me time whenever I want to create things within Google Chrome. And by the way, you can even search things in your Google Chrome. So if you opened, for example, yes, this is another, oh, thank you, Lubna. This is something good. Do you know that if you want to create anything on Google, let's say if you want to open Google Sheets, you want to open Google Slides, just say, for example, sheets.google.com or forms.google.com or slides.google.com, Gemini. So it's always the name of the tool, .google.com, and then it will take you immediately to the website. So if I write here, for example, slides.google.com, it will create the, take you to Google Slides. I'll just check the chat because I missed a lot of things in the chat. Yes, Mel, sheets.new it also works, or I think docs.new. I've read this one time, and it also creates a new one. I prefer the create one. It helps me a lot. Any questions so far about these tips before I move to the other tips? Or I'm trying to switch between Google Meet and my shared screen, my Google Chrome. Okay, let's continue. There is something that I also like in Chrome, also for organizing Chrome. We always end up sometimes, especially if we are searching for something, we're searching for ideas, for lesson plans, we end up opening like 10 tabs, for example, all about the same topic. So I'm looking for a project idea for Newton's laws in science, and I have a lot of websites open. They're all there. I'm lost. Like, I don't want to close something by mistake. I want to have them all in one place. You can group tabs on Google Chrome. There's one thing, it's a very small tip. Sometimes we close a tab by mistake, like, I need to get it back. Just on your device, if you're using a Windows, you can just select Control-Shift-T, and then if someone can type it in the chat, please, Control-Shift-T, you can get the recently closed tab. If you're using an Apple, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of Mac devices and Apple, you can just use Command-Shift-T. I think Apple users will, it's Command, right, in Apple? Okay, so you can just use Command-Shift-T and it will open the recent closed tab. This happens when sometimes you're working on a website and you closed it by mistake. You can just open it on the spot using this feature or this one. Yes, Muhammad, I love it a lot, especially when I'm opening like 6 Chrome profiles and I'm confused between, and I close it by mistake, especially when you have a very nice website where you found something important, so you can get it. Definitely you can get from your history on Google Chrome, but this is only for a specific website that you closed on the, like now, recently, and by mistake, you can just open it with this one. The last thing is, we're not going to dig deep into it because we're going to have a session about it, is that there are some apps that makes the Chrome experience better, known as Chrome extensions. So to add, like if you need a feature that's not available in Chrome, you can find it in a Chrome extension. Google has a web store. If you go, there's Google Chrome web store. Just type Chrome web store on your Google Chrome, and you will get some extra additions, let's call these apps, that work with Google Chrome in order to enhance the productivity of Google Chrome. You can see my extensions here, for example. It's this puzzle piece here in Google Chrome, where you can see a lot of extensions. All of these extensions work within Google Chrome in order to use some extra features in Chrome, or a company by itself, they have this Chrome extension to be used within Google Chrome. So again, you can find those Chrome extensions in the Chrome web store. If you could go to Chrome web store, you can find a lot of extensions. Some is just for tasks to save you time. Some are educational, some are AI, for example, extensions. This is like the extensions you need depends on what do you need from Google Chrome. Again, there's a lot of things to share about Chrome. I can think of 20, but these are the ones that save you time. Like these are the most important ones. Is there anyone who would like to share any Chrome tip that you usually find it helpful and useful before I move to Google Drive? Or you have...
Nagam, we cannot hear you.
We lost you now.
Now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now, yes.
Okay, I think it's my earphones. Okay, so I was just saying, is there anyone who would love to share any tip? Is there something that you can think of Google Chrome that other might find helpful? Any extension, anything related to Google? Yes, Muhammad.
I want to share my thanks to you actually for those tips for Chrome, because I didn't know some of them, and I'm gonna start using them. So the only thing I want to share is thank you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. Muhammad is also a GEG Saudi Arabia leader. He's also a Google person and always supportive. So thank you so much, Muhammad. Is there anything, do you have any extension that you would like to share, or any tip, or for now you're fine?
I can share later for Gmail. I have a cool feature and something for Google Docs, like, briefly.
Okay, perfect. Yes, anything with Google, if it would be amazing. Thank you so much, Muhammad. Just checking the chat in case I missed. I find it bookmarks. Oh yes, bookmarks. Bookmarks is also a good feature. Exactly. Thank you, Noura, to save your websites. Your most used websites as bookmarks. You can just click on this star here, and if you see, anyways, let me see. Is my screen still shared? Yes.
Yes.
If you can see, look how many bookmarks I have here. I have a lot of bookmarks, and I have like folders within folders in bookmarks. So you just click on the star icon here, and then you just select where do you want this bookmark. You click on done, and it's going to be in your bookmarks. I have Bara'a. Hello, Bara'a.
Hi, Nagam. How are you?
Hello, good. Bara'a is another close friend from university other than Noura. Thank you, Bara'a, for
I want
joining
to
us.
say hi to Noura and to Ala or Lynn also. So I want to tell you something about Google Chrome. You talked about the pin to pin the
The tab.
tabs. I also use something that you already know, Akid, in the settings of Google Chrome. You can go to the three dots and to use the startup. What do you want to, when you open Google Chrome, for example, the startup applications that you want, for example, Gmail, Google Classroom, any other application. مثلا, I always use like 4 or 5 websites. So I always save them to in my startup Google Chrome. So it's useful.
Yes, so it's from the settings here, right? If they go to the 3 dots and they go to the
Yes.
settings of Google
Yes.
Chrome, on the startup here, what are the pages that you need to open, right?
Okay, but you have to open them first. Then select open a specific set of pages.
Yeah, or yes, or you can add it here. So for example, if I need this website to
You
open, I'm
start.
just trying.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This is helpful, right? And Anna, for me now, if I open Chrome, it will open a new tab like this one. But as Noura said, if you want a specific website to open, whenever you click on Google Chrome, you can change this from the start up within Google Chrome. Thank you, Noura, for sharing this tip. I also love something, since you mentioned now start up, I organize here all the tools that I usually. So you can add here any shortcut you need. So I create my own shortcut. It means I'm always accessing these tools. So just click on add shortcut, write the name of the tool and its URL, and every time you open Chrome, let's say I need Canva, I just click on Canva and it's here. So I have all the main tabs or tools that I always use on Chrome here saved on my main Chrome page. Okay, so let's move now to the last one, which is Google Drive. For Drive, these are just few tips to save you time. It won't be as much as Gmail and Chrome. I'll just give you some tips in order to organize your Google Drive and to reach files very fast. First of all, whenever you're working on Drive, let me just go to my Drive. So first of all, of course, we all know in order to organize Drive, don't keep all the copies on your main drive. Always create folders and subfolders for your files. So as you can see here, I have different folders, again, color coded. I've seen color coded stuff. Yeah, it's so colorful. I don't have emojis here. Of my personal, I like add emojis in front of each name for the drive folder. This is only for organization. For me, it's easier. I always know Google is red. Like especially at school, everything related to our LMS, I put it in the red folder because this is very important. I can access it like easily. So just make sure to put everything in your folders. You can put the files within folders. You can create a folder inside a folder in your Google Drive. Don't leave everything on your main page. I think this is a very common like organization tip for Google Drive, but I'm going to share some tips in order to help you find files easily or how to use it more effectively. The first thing, which is similar to which is similar to Gmail, is that if you have a specific file or a specific folder that you need to add to a folder to access it very fast as a start folder, similar to Gmail, also in Drive, you have a start folder. So if I say like, I need this Google folder to access it always without looking for like finding it on my drive, I just select the 3 dots here, and then under organize, I can add it to start, and I can also change the color. So if I click add to start, this folder now is moved to my start category or folder here. So if I select start, I can see that's added here. And this is not only for folders, you can also create it for files. So if I want this Google Sheet, the same. I can just 3 dots, organize, and then add to start. It will be added here to start. Usually I keep everything, our planning calendar, our handbook, everything that I need to access every single time, I add it to the start folder. And this is helpful also for those shared with us files. Like to look in the shared with me, especially your school email, you'll be lost, I'm sure. So whenever you add it to your start, it's very easy to access these files whenever you need them. One tip, I find it very helpful, and I love using it on Google Drive. We all use Microsoft and Google. And whenever you have a Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Word and you put it on your Drive, yes, you can open it with Google Docs and you can open it with Google Slides if it's a presentation, but it's still saved as a PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you an example. if I go here, I'm going to upload now a presentation to my Google Drive. So let me upload it. Right now to my Drive. As you can see, it's getting uploaded. Just let's wait a few seconds. It's there. You will see that it's still a PowerPoint. It's still .pptx. So even if I open it, yes, it opens in Google Slides, but it's not a Google Slides file. And sometimes when editing, you feel like it's not exactly the same features as Google Slides. And this is why it's still a PowerPoint. You can convert it to Google Slides. You can have another copy, which is a Google Slides. In order to do that, and this works with Google Sheets and Excel, with Google Docs and Word, not only with Slides, just go to File and say Save as Google Slides. Another copy will be created in your Drive, which is a Google Slide. So this is a Google Slides, not a PowerPoint. And there we can control it more, or you can get more features. But this is not what I do. For me, I don't like seeing any Microsoft like PPTX or DOCX if it's a document. I love to transfer, to change it into a Google tool on the spot. Like once I upload it, it will change it to Google Slides, or I will end up with two copies. Then I need to delete the PowerPoint and keep the Google Slides. How can you make it automatically? If you upload a Microsoft file to convert it to a Google file, just go to your settings here. And then under settings, if you scroll down, you will see under uploads, convert uploads to Google Docs editor format. Just select this one. Once you select this one, it will convert it while you upload it. I'm gonna show you. So I'll go back to my Drive now. This is my Drive again. I'll go to new. I'm gonna upload a file, the same file again to my Drive. Let's wait just a few seconds until it's uploaded. Okay, and as you can see, it's not .pptx anymore. It was converted on the spot to Google Slides. So when I open it, it will open in Google Slides. It's not a PowerPoint anymore. So in this way, you are making sure that even if I have a Microsoft file, you can convert it directly into a Google Slides. Yes, Mel, this is very amazing. But we have those people who love using Microsoft, even if they're using a Google email, that no, I need to keep it as Microsoft. So, and for me, I don't like seeing any Microsoft tools. I think, Lubna, I can tell from your reaction, you're the same. Yes. So those Microsoft people like, no, Word is better. So I always tell them, like, convert it. You won't get exactly. Thank you, Dr. Yasser. Yes, Dr. Yasser, I didn't notice that you joined before. Thank you for being also here with us today. So this is like, first, everything is organized. It's a Google tool. You can work better when sharing it, especially if it's a live document. But note that some, like the template might change sometimes. You will get different like formatting whenever you convert a Microsoft file to a Google file, but it still works. And I still prefer using Google tools. Like, personally, again, I'm a Google person. Microsoft is amazing. They have amazing tools too. But whenever I'm working on Drive, I want everything to be Google. So this is also like, for me, it's a tip that saves my life. Whenever I have everything there, I don't need to create a copy, and I can see like it's there in my Drive. There's one more thing I want to share with you, is that if you are searching for a specific file, again, and like you can't find it, let's say you're searching for the word assessment or for Google Tips, let's say, and you can't find it easily with the search chips in Drive. So if I go to Drive here, you can select what specific type do you want. So if I go right here, tips, for example, if I'm looking for tips, there's a lot of things I can't find. You can select, am I looking for a Google Docs specifically? So under type, I go and I say, I only want to see Google Docs. It will only show, as you can see, Google Docs. Do I want specifically, for example, a spreadsheet? If there's a spreadsheet, I don't have any spreadsheets called tips. So these search features or filters here, or chips, search chips, they can help you, like, rather than looking all of your Drive, especially if you're looking in the shared with me, where you have hundreds of files shared with you. Or you can look from specific people. So tips, who is the owner? Like, is it, for example, Nagham Abdul Baki? And if from this person, then I can see that it's from this person. You can check the location, the source, but these are the the helpful one. I remember that it was sent, for example, by Muhammad. So I can add his name in order to search. I remember it's a Google Doc, so I can put under type Google Doc or folder. It's easier than looking through tens or hundreds of templates. So again, this is whenever you search, you can go, whenever you search, you can go to these chips and select what you are looking for. There's more from also Google Drive in order to organize and use its feature, but I felt these are the basic ones that can save you time, especially if you use Drive in school and you get a lot of Drive folders, whether your own Drive files or they are shared by other people. If anyone also, please, if you have any tip that you might find it helpful and others can like use it, please go ahead and share it with us. Whether it's, I'm going to keep it open now. So basically, I covered everything with Gmail, Drive, and Chrome. I would love now you to share any Google tip that you find helpful, whether it's for Google Slides, for Google Docs that you might find, oh, it will save teachers time, or it's very helpful. Please feel free to unmute yourself, or if you want to raise your hand first, and please share it with us. Any tips, or you're all happy with? It seems you're happy with the tips I shared. Like you didn't leave any tips for us. I'm gonna consider it this way. Muhammad, do you want to share something because you said before, or was it covered? Or
thank you, Nagam. Yes, I was thinking actually if I shall share or not, but I will.
It's up to you. Feel free, wallah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There's a feature in Gmail that I really like. Can I share my screen?
Yes, sure. Go ahead. Akid,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. If you can see my screen on Gmail, I have on the right another email which says awaiting response, follow up, or to read. These are labels. Nagam already mentioned and talked about labels before. But what I love about this is to create another window, or so I can see my emails and I can really follow up or to read. Or and you can choose what labels you want to use for yourself. How you can do this? Simply after you created your labels, you go to the setting and you scroll down to multiple inboxes. In the multiple inboxes, you customize it and you write exactly label 2 dots and the exact name of the label you got. And the more section, you can have up to 5 sections. You choose how many conversation you want to see per page, where you want it, and if you want to enable reading pane or whatever feature you want, and then you save changes. Once you go back to the inbox, you can see it on the right. You just simply label, for example, if I want to label, let's say this label. Okay, let me label this now. Let me label the. I don't want to label it here. Let me label it as.
Labeling it as important. Choose the other label that you want.
Yes, I can't find it. ليش؟
لأنه you click the 3 dots up, you can see it. I think you're.
Okay.
Yes,
Label as awaiting response. Let's say when you go back to the inbox, you can see it in. أنا ما حطيت awaiting response.
Yeah, you just.
Okay, let me do it. Let me do it again. Let's check this one. So I'll go to label as awaiting response. Apply. Okay, I didn't forget the top. Now it's labeled. Now you can see it in awaiting response. So I need to check this and go back to it again. So this is, I really like it because it saves a lot of time. And it's part how I can use labels to see the labels. I had labels before and I don't really go to the right side and check the labels. So I thought this would be a faster way to access the labels.
Wow, thank you, Muhammad. I never thought of having like 2 inboxes and for like priority labels. This is so good. So I think I need to add one for me, definitely awaiting responses, because sometimes like I forget to respond. If I receive a lot of emails in school, I'm like, we sent you an email. Yeah, I saw it. I'll answer you. Well, it's a very nice tip. Thank you. Like never thought of an inbox for labels. I never knew that I can put the inbox with labels. Usually I have my unread and read, like I change, but thank you for that tip. It was so helpful. This is new to me, having the labels in a separate inbox. Thank you so much. As this is a proof that I'm sure there's a lot of tips we keep on discovering. Like there's a lot of settings in Gmail and like all of Google tools. Yeah, Dr. Yasser, it was also new to me. Like I never knew this before, having the labels as part of the inbox. Thank you again, Muhammad. Is there anyone like who would like to share something else? Any tips? Any question? I don't want to keep you more late. I know it's 8:15 already here in Kuwait and in Lebanon, and tomorrow we all have schools. So again, you can.
You're welcome, Dr. Yasser. I'm grateful you're here as well. Yani, it's good to see you. Actually, I didn't notice like Nagam that you were here, but it's amazing to see you guys all after the great event done at Kuwait by the amazing Lubna. I'm still there. I'm not sure if you are still there, but I'm still there.
We're all still there.
Get ready for the next Google Summit, because it is soon.
I heard this last time. Yes, Lubna, we need to know about
together all.
I'll share details, guys. Stay tuned.
For those who are not aware of what we're saying, there was a Google Summit in Lubna's school. She hosted a very nice Google Summit where all people from like different countries and from Kuwait, we all gathered there for a Google Summit, and we shared some ideas. Dr. Yasser was there, Muhammad, Mel, we were all there, and we had like amazing sessions. It was a very nice like summit and that day. And you can, if you go to our social media, you will see all of us posting on LinkedIn, because like we're all in the Google Summit. We all learned from each other. We all had amazing sessions. So for those who are not in Kuwait, unfortunately, if you could join us, Ms. Lubna is saying we have a next Google Summit, and hopefully one day to have a Google Summit in Lebanon. Why not? Like we need a Google reference school, right, Lubna, to get the Google Summit.
Exactly.
Okay, so step by step. Let's.
Now I have good news, by the way, for people living in Saudi Arabia and in the Gulf. Now they can go to Kuwait by only visit visa through accessing it in the airport. No need to wait for a visa to visit.
So to our friends outside Kuwait here, if you want to visit Kuwait for a Google Summit, it's easy now. You're saying there's no more excuses, right? Just make sure financially you can visit us in Kuwait. And then we're here to, I'm sure everyone here in Kuwait, like we're here to welcome you, to assist you, to help you, and you'll have the best time. So, ahla wa sahla, whoever is going to come to Kuwait for the next summit, inshallah. Noura, I'm gonna show, yes, sure, now how to share, how to create folders in bookmarks. Let me share my screen, and then I'll just share at the end like social media in case you need to contact me anytime. And just a reminder that I will be sharing all the resources. I have a slides that has all of these tips in one place, just to remember the tips that we shared, so you can get it from there. Let me show how to create folders in Google Slides. How to create folders for bookmarks in Google Chrome. But let me share my screen. Okay, Noura, by the way, because you asked me before, as you can see, look here, the science project is there. Like even if I close it or open it, it's still there. I'm gonna close the group now because I don't need it anymore, and it's here. So again, in order to bookmark a website, let's say I'm going, oh, this is trashed, I trashed these. So let's say I want to bookmark this one. As we said, in order to bookmark this, you just select the star. Under other bookmarks here, you can choose the folder that you want. So if I go to choose another folder, I can create a folder. Usually by default, you have bookmarks bar and you have other bookmarks. So now I'm gonna create a folder. No, it's nested. I'll move it later. So let me go to the bookmarks bar, new folder under, and I'm gonna say that, for example, this is for physics.
Naham, they cannot see the menu because you're just. I think you need
I
to
need to
share.
share my hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Well, let me share my screen again. Stop sharing. Okay, so let me repeat that again. If I need to store this book or add it as a bookmark to Chrome within a folder, under folder here, I go to the drop-down list and I select choose another folder. Here is where you're going to create a new folder. This is the one I was talking about, physics. I created a new folder that's physics, and now I'm saving this within the physics folder. You can have many folders saved, so whenever you open a new tab, look, I can see the physics folder here. You can have more folders. So if I want to save this, for example, under a Google folder, I go down and I say choose another folder. There's several ways, by the way. From the bookmarks, you can also create folders. But this is the fastest way. I'm going to say Google, save, and then it will be there. So if I go to a new tab, I didn't save it, I think. Yes, it's in Google. Is it nested? Yeah, it's nested under physics. So basically you can have a folder, because by mistake, when I did this folder, I'm going to show you, I put it under physics, not under the main one. So this, I don't know if this is confusing. Let me go to the folders to show you what I mean. So I put Google under physics. So even in bookmarks, you can have a subfolder within a folder. If you want always on the main one, you have to make sure that you are under the bookmarks bar. So I'm going to delete this folder now. Yes. And I will create it in the bookmarks, not in physics. So if I create it in physics, it's a nested folder. In the bookmarks bar, if I go to new folder and I say Google, save, did I save? And you go to the new tab, it's there. So even when you click on Google, you can have inside it a folder. Was this clear, Noura, for the folders? I know you can see screen in screen.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. So that's it. I hope that you found these tips helpful. That for me, this is like a time saver. These are the social media accounts for GEG Lebanon and for myself. You can also scan the QR code where you can get everything. I'm just gonna leave it there. My Instagram and YouTube is Tactastic Educator, and for GEG Lebanon, the Instagram is GEG Lebanon. Please follow, because I'm going to share all updates there, whether for people who want to join GEG Lebanon or if you want to know more about it. And for sessions, there will be a lot of sessions also in collaboration with other GEGs. So keep an eye on all GEGs. Please, GEG leaders in the chat, if possible, to share your GEG Instagram pages, please, in the chat, so that others, they can follow you. So you might find it on GEG Kuwait, but in collaboration with GEG Lebanon or GEG Malawi. So please follow the accounts. Anyone who would love to share their accounts, please, you can share it. Dr. Yasser, I know you have amazing sessions. Dr. Yasser had an amazing session last time about Canva. I'm not sure if yes, you're still here. So please, you can share also your handle. We're trying to support each other as much as possible. So you can just stay up to date with everything. I'll keep this just in case you want to get the information. Thank you so much for being here. This means a lot, especially, I know, like, we're all in the middle of the week. We all have schools tomorrow. We all have our family. I need to go. I have a test tomorrow for my son. So being here, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you have any question at any time, feel free either to send me an email or to contact me on social media, and I'll reply as soon as possible. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I wish you all a good day tomorrow. If it's the end of the week, enjoy your Thursday in Gulf. And in Lebanon, Mel, I know that you still have Friday. And if you're from UAE, other places, I know that you have Friday too. Tomorrow is the last day for us in this week before the weekend. Thank you so much for joining again. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you. Mel, thank you for the recording.
No worries. I'm going to stop.